Hello, welcome back to Truthseekerstea. My name is Kate, and I'm thankful to have you here for today's pick a card reading. We're going to be looking into what the person on your mind honestly would want to say to you, or what they would say to you if they were being completely honest. So I'm very excited to get into this one. I love this topic for a reading. There are 3 piles to choose from. For pile number 1, we have the Ask the Witch Tarot with the blue calcite crystal. For pile number 2, we have, I believe this is a black tourmaline, but correct me if I'm wrong, with the Dreamy Moons tarot. And for pile number 3, we have this green fluorite with, this is the Ethereal Visions Illuminated tarot. So go ahead and take whatever time you need to tune into which pile you're feeling drawn to. For this one, you definitely may be drawn into more than one pile, and it could just be 2 different people or 2 different situations that are coming through. There will be a short energy check-in for each pile to help you guys feel more sure that you picked the right pile. So yeah, definitely don't be shy to pick out multiple piles and see how it resonates with you. So I will have the timestamps linked down below, and there will be an extended reading. We'll be asking Spirit what is most helpful to go into further, so stay tuned for that if you do feel like your pile is really resonating. Without further ado, let's get into your piles. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. We're going to be looking at what your person would want to say to you, the person that you have on your mind. I am going to do an energy check-in. I forgot to mention that in the intro, but I'm going to see who this person is to you, what's going on from your perspective. So I'm just going to take a few minutes to do this just to help you guys figure out whether or not this is your pile. I definitely feel like I get a lot more details when we actually go into the reading, so take it with a grain of salt, but I think it's just a good first filter to help you avoid listening to a reading that wastes your time or isn't really resonating with you. So Spirit, can you please have me into pile number 1's energy? What would they say, or how do they feel about this person that is going to come through and give them a message about what they want to say? What's pile number 1's perspective on this person? Okay, 5 of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles. You may feel disappointed by this person's lack of actions taken toward you. You may feel like there's been a lot of stagnancy in this connection. There's a sense of grief, a sense of loss, maybe a feeling of regret, or having to mourn this person. With the Knight of Pentacles, this person may have Earth in their chart, or there's just a feeling that it's like you see them as extremely unique, and I think you're very attracted to this person, but there's almost this feeling of them being unreachable or not moving quickly. Okay, we have the 6 of Wands here. So you may think that this person cares a lot about what other people think about them. You may have really wanted victory at this person, and there's just a feeling that this person maybe is in the public eye, or people look up to them. Maybe their pride got in the way of this as well. We have the 6 of Cups. You may want reconciliation with this person, or you may dream about that or think about it. You may wonder if you'll see this person again or reconcile with them. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like you wanted an opportunity with them. Like you may be waiting on an offer, or you're wondering if this person is ever going to take any action towards you or any movement towards you. You may have been very patient with this person or held on to it. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It was like a lost opportunity or a missed opportunity. You may wish this person would like see your worth. You may feel like this person maybe overlooked you too, and like maybe put other considerations before you. But I'm really getting with this Ace of Pentacles in reverse. You wanted more progress. I feel like this was a situation where maybe you thought it was the beginning of something that would grow, but it almost reached a stagnant point. Again, there could be some, like this person's reputation mattering, or something where this person, I don't know, it's almost like they may have an attitude of being indifferent or something due to maintaining their reputation, and maybe it got in the way of the connection. But there's a feeling with the Ace of Pentacles here in reverse that it was like a missed opportunity or a situation that didn't ground or didn't move past a certain stage. Yeah, this person felt like a soulmate to you with the Six of Cups here. Maybe instant kind of recognition. And so I think you have a very hard time. This is sad for you. That's why it's so sad, is you do feel a strong connection to this person, but it's almost like in the physical when it comes to the Pentacles, it's almost like pride got in the way or something got in the way, where it's almost like the true, genuine feelings that you felt weren't enough or weren't the focus. And for you, maybe it was the focus, but yeah, it's like the Seven of Pentacles here, the Tower. It's like something about how you were investing. You know, I feel like you were looking at this like, when is this going to progress? And then there may just have been a missed opportunity over time. So this person has a message for you. All right, I'm wondering if I want to take reversals for their message. I think I will. Just get a little more details. All right, Spirit, please have me into pile number one's person. Oh, pile number one's person, if this is resonating for you. What would they want to say to pile number one? If not, you might want to check out the energy check-in for another pile. Again, it'll be just like a few minutes. What does pile number one person, what would they say if they had no filter, or what's their truth that they would want to tell pile number one? I feel like these messages can be a little bit more from their higher self, because a lot of times there will be blockages or ego like getting in the way of being authentic with communication. So it's really meant to tell you what this person maybe never told you, or what whatever has kind of been left unsaid here. So what would pile number one's person say? We have the Magician. What would pile number one's person say? The Two of Cups, the Tower in reverse. I'm hearing that they didn't want it to go this way. I'm going to zoom in a little bit just so you can see a little bit better. But I'm hearing that with the Magician being here, like there's a feeling that this person is saying, I wanted to manifest this too. Like I was interested, like with the Two of Cups, it's like they want to affirm that you weren't crazy, and that they did have intentions, or they do have intentions in regards to their feelings for you. I'm going to clarify though. We have Justice in reverse. Yeah, it's like they're acknowledging that they know that they may have messed up, or that the way that they handled the situation was not fair. There was some sort of imbalance in this connection. They're acknowledging that. They may be trying to manifest an opportunity to bring justice to the connection with you, make amends. We have 10 of Pentacles in reverse, and we have the 6 of Wands in reverse. Okay. And the 7 of Cups at the back of the deck. All right, so I feel like with the Tower being here, I feel like what your person is admitting to is like with the 6 of Wands here. What am I getting? I'm hearing like a certain phrase or like a certain song, but there's just a feeling here of like, I'm hearing fix you, or like when you get what you want but not what you need. Get what you want but not what you need, stuck in reverse. So I feel like this person is feeling currently pretty defeated and stuck in reverse, and I feel like there is regret for the way that things played out with you. It's like they're saying they're seeing now how, okay, I think when things originally unfolded between you, I don't think this person really understood what happened, or it's like they weren't super conscious of why things didn't manifest or work out for them. And this person, I feel like what they're saying is that they wanted both situations to work out or something. Like there's a feeling here that they may have neglected you because of some reputation or some false. It's like they were building, with the Tower card being here in reverse, it's like they were building on infertile ground. They may have trusted the wrong people, or they may have prioritized the wrong people. So they'd want to tell you that they're aware that their actions and the way that they communicated and went about this connection did lead them to failure. Like, they want to admit that. They want to admit that they were not, with the Seven of Cups here, that they were caught in a haze, or they were not sure what they wanted to prioritize, and that led them to this downfall. They didn't see your genuine intentions, or they didn't even, it's not that they didn't see that, it's more that they weren't aware to prioritize that. I don't know why I don't have one of my shades open in my room, so I'm just gonna open it to get more lighted. So yeah, what I'm seeing is that it's like this person had their future in mind when you were interacting with them. And so what they want to tell you is that they almost want to explain what they understand now, because I don't know if they ever told you this or admitted this, but there's just this feeling that they want to say that they were ungrounded, or they hadn't learned a certain lesson to be able to understand what was of true value. Yeah, look at this Four of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I feel like there may have been some sort of foundation that was faulty. I'm even getting like a scenario. It doesn't have to be this exact scenario, but it's almost one where, because something was familiar to this person, or it's like they were prioritizing some sort of set of like rules and foundation that may be aligned with a certain group of people, or I could even see this as like a certain friend group or a certain family or some sort of group of people or some sort of foundation. This person didn't realize that there was cracks in that foundation. They didn't realize that they needed to be on alert, or that they needed to be more discerning. And so I think this person kind of let this relationship slip through their fingers. And I know this is supposed to be what they want to say. They'd want to explain this to you. That what they really want to say is that they didn't fully think it through. It's like they thought they had everything they needed. They thought that they were like on the right path. They thought they were doing things correctly. But what they want to tell you is that since things have fallen apart, they're realizing that they were not actually seeing things super clearly. Like with the Seven of Cups here, they didn't really know what their options were, and they may have picked the wrong option, or they may not even have had the knowledge to make sure that they were being really discerning with what they were manifesting. And what they want to tell you is they're recognizing that, I'm hearing you made your bed, now lie in it. It's like this person is aware that they made the bed here with the relationship with you. And they want you to know that they feel very, like, I'm hearing like ashamed, or just like they feel, I'm hearing rock bottom as well, or like they feel like they've hit some sort of low. That's really highlighting the relationships in their life. And yeah, I'm almost even seeing like how like there's an owl here. Like, I don't know if it's not. I feel like it's maybe an angel sometimes. I don't even know. But with this owl here, it's like if this person had seen the wisdom, or if they had had the wisdom or opened their eyes to like their intuition more in regards to the relationship with you, I feel like they would have gone about things differently. But it was because of this. It's almost like when you overestimate yourself. This person was overestimating themselves, or being too confident in certain foundations that were not actually solid. And they were very caught up. It was almost still like an immature energy. It's almost, yeah, it's just, you know what I'm thinking of too? I don't know what the word is for this, but I've learned about how there's a certain term where one aspect of like self-understanding is like, how well did you think you did, you know? And sometimes people will be like, oh, I did really well. It's like they'll do experiments on that. You know what I mean? I don't remember the exact term for it. Maybe someone knows, but it's like, it's when it's that part of self-development where you are aware of like, how accurate are you in knowing how well you did in something. I think sometimes this person isn't cautious enough, or isn't true overconfident. And so sometimes if we're overly sure about something, maybe we miss certain red flags, or we miss certain details that if we were like a more anxious type, or like less sure of ourselves, that's also like on the opposite scale, which could cause problems in itself. But it's almost like this person was on the other scale of it, where they were like overly confident, not thinking enough, thinking they had everything they need. But it's almost like they're realizing that this caused them to be maybe insensitive or unaware of what was going on in the relationship with you, and overconfident in some other option. So maybe this was another relationship. You guys would know that. There's just an essence here of this person maybe having picked something else, or just not prioritized you in time. not gone about, they maybe thought they were being fair, maybe they thought that they were on top of everything. There's just a feeling of that, and then they're just realizing, oh my gosh, like I did not realize how much I was unaware of what was going on, or unaware of how there's kind of an ego death, or like the drowned king kind of energy, where it's like this person needed a moment to be humbled. Like I feel like this person has been humbled, and they want to tell you that. So I'm going to clarify some of these as well. Why is the Magician here? Yeah, we have the Knight of Wands. Again, it's that energy where this person was, and the Knight of Wands too can be overly sure of themselves, right? They can kind of act confidently without thinking things through. So yes, with the Magician here, it's like what this person want to tell you is that they were less mature than they thought. Like they maybe thought they were the Magician. They thought they had everything they needed, but really they might have just been in this fire energy, or in this energy of just like acting without thinking and being overly confident. Because the Knight of Wands notoriously can be careless, or kind of, I'm hearing like coming in like a wrecking ball, but it's very like excited, or it's like very sure of itself. And so it's almost like this person maybe thought they were the King of Wands, but they were actually the Knight of Wands. And the King of Wands, I feel like when it comes like King of Wands plus Magician, it'd be someone who's very aware of what vision they have for the future. And like that, I feel like that's why the Ten of Pentacles are here. Oh my gosh, what I'm even hearing too, and I apologize if I like channeling comes through and it's like I feel like I have to get it out so it can come out kind of quick. But with the Ten of Pentacles, it's like this person didn't really realize how important it was to make sure that the people that they were building with were on their page and were high quality. It's almost like they had tunnel vision, or they were more focused on the goal, with the Ten of Pentacles being here, like maybe building wealth, or building like legacy, a stability for themselves, like a family as well. It's like this person maybe overlooked the aspect of like making sure that the person they were investing in was the right person, making sure that they were on the same page. It was more like they had their eyes on the goal rather than the process. And I think that's what led this person to moving in a way that was maybe not balanced, or, you know, aware of other people around them. Why is Justice here in reverse? That's true money. Let's see what came out though. Why is, okay, we have the Knight of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. Yeah. So essentially, again, like, I'm not surprised to see the Knight of Swords here, because this person is trying to explain that a part of the reason why they came out so imbalanced, or they may have done you, like, they may have wronged you, or like overlooked you, or done something that just really like didn't sit with you well, something like that. But like with the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands, like these are fast acting energies, overly confident. Again, it's like overly confident, overly sure of themselves. Page of Pentacles in reverse and the High Priestess. For me, this is like this person not realizing that what they were focusing their energy into, what they were trying to manifest was something that was like not fertile, or something that was actually, you know, they weren't listening to their intuition. Again, and that kind of came through already, that it's like if this person was tuned into that, they would have acted differently. But it was like a part of where this injustice, it's like they're almost trying to explain themselves. It's like a part of where this came in was like this lack, they're admitting to this lack of insight into maybe deeper layers to whatever they were focused on at the time, you know? Because there is a feeling here of pentacle energy, or what this person wanted to invest in, like what their options are. This person maybe had options and they may have dropped the ball on you. And it's like they're saying they were overly confident. They weren't listening to their intuition, and they couldn't tell a good opportunity from a bad opportunity, or an opportunity that wasn't genuine. And I feel like that especially can happen when we're too, the Knight of Swords also, their energy to me is someone that jumps to a conclusion before they have all the facts. They felt so sure of something that they didn't even like, they weren't thinking through their intuition. And the Page of Pentacles can also be naive. It's like a naive energy sometimes. Maybe not knowing, again, this is just confirming, like not knowing what they actually needed to do in their process to get to some goal. Why is the Ten of Pentacles here? Yeah, we have the Lovers here in reverse. So exactly, 100%. This is just a confirmation that it's like what they're saying is they almost weren't realizing that to get to this goal of like abundance or whatever this was, like prestige, legacy, structure, foundation, a future, like it was like they were planning out their future. The Lovers is in reverse, which talks about choices. And not only does it talk about choices, it talks about being tuned in with the highest good through being balanced in your masculine and feminine energy. It talks about a harmonious way of being that is for the highest good of all. And it's like this person was going through it in a very, I'm feeling masculine because it was almost this like do energy without being in this feeling into it. Like, is this the right choice? Is this the right decision? They made a wrong decision is how they feel. And it could have been in regards to the relationships or the people they put around them. Why is the Two of Cups here? We have Death. So what they want to tell you is they made the wrong choice with someone and it's fallen apart and they feel very defeated and foolish in regards to you. Why is the Six of Wands in reverse? We have the Moon. Yeah. And so right now I feel like they're dealing with a lot of fears in regards to how much they didn't. It's almost like this has caused a lot of fear for them because they're realizing that they need to shift their worldview or they need to change their strategy. And this is something they didn't see before, but they do feel foolish is like the main thing coming through. And they feel like there was a lot that they didn't see. It's like they were overconfident is what they're saying. It's like they didn't understand hidden layers to what was going on with you two or what was going on around them. And this feels like there was some kind of a third party. But they do want to tell you that they picked wrong. And it has fallen apart. Yeah, let me just clarify the Tower really quick to confirm. Why is the Tower here, Spirit? You're the Nine of Wands, yeah. So I feel like what this person is saying is like this has left them in a very in a defensive stance. They've had to be resilient to get through this. Yeah, Ace of Wands in reverse. Something that was exciting for them, it ended up crashing and burning. Yeah, it's like they didn't get what they wanted out of a situation. They misread something, and I think you got hurt in that process as well. Here, I'm going to use actually this deck. We'll get some oracles now. I'm seeing Puppet, and there's almost this feeling that this person maybe thought, again, it's like they thought they were more in control. They thought they had more awareness, more skills, more confidence than they really had in a scenario. I'm hearing the song, You Were Right, I Can't Get Enough of You. So yeah, I think it has highlighted some of their emotions about you as well. We have Shared Tenderness. Yeah, it's like they didn't understand I don't know if this person, like, it's like they undervalued what relationships are really about and what they're really built on. And it's like with Shared Tenderness, it's like this person maybe didn't respond well to your loving nature, or it's like they didn't understand the value in it is what I want to say. What would pile number one want to say? And I think they ended up being treated poorly in a situation. We have Mysterious Mother. What would pile number one want to say? What would pile number one's person want to say to them? We have Someone Soon. Okay, I feel like I think they let someone into their space, into their, it's like they were vulnerable with the wrong person, I think. And it's like maybe there's just so much here about this person wanting to say that it's like they thought maybe someone around them I'm getting like Ariel and Ursula. Like someone like maybe mimicked an authentic energy around them. And that wasn't really their truth. And so with Someone Soon here, it's like they had hopes of things being different and like they're just realizing that they were more naive than they thought. Because with the one who hides the sun and stay back, it's like now I feel like they're guarded towards someone. And I do feel like they're healing right now. I also feel like they want to say that they see you more clearly. And I feel like they want to say that they have more respect for you than they have told you. Or it's like they see the way that you've been able to maybe transition or move through and still be a kind person. I think they really appreciate that. Yeah, they've witnessed some of your healing maybe as well. Yeah, I want to see exactly what that's about. I'm just going to get one tarot for that. I'll use a different deck. Because I'm not sure with someone soon if that's like them saying that they have wishes for the connection here. They may be wishing that, and this could even be like I'll just see. Why is someone soon here? Yeah, they're hoping that there could be an opportunity to make things right with you. Because they're seeing your value more. They're seeing the missed opportunity. And so it's like they're hoping that they can open up to you and be more authentic with you, is what they'd want to tell you. And it is coming through ever so slightly in a way where like, and this is up to you to, I'm like hesitant to explain, but this is what's coming through, is like this feeling of, it's almost like now they want you to nurture them. And now they're seeing how nurturing you can be. And it's like now they want to bring balance now that they've fallen. I'm hearing on their ass. So, like it kind of says something about this person that like, but maybe that is why if they haven't reached out already or they haven't explained this, is maybe because they know that it's maybe not fair, but that is what they want. They would communicate that they do wish that they could have an opportunity to make it fair with you, or like to make it right, and to, they maybe wish that, I don't know, like they're manifesting, they're trying to manifest an opportunity. Again, that's Magician Justice, to make things right with you and to be more vulnerable and to share how they really felt and what happened. And they see you as someone very healing and someone who, it's almost like now they want advice from you, or it's like they want you to help them, which I don't know if that's fair. Depends for everyone, like on how this went down, really. What does pile number one's person want to say to pile number one? Yeah, regeneration. What they want to say is that things have really fallen apart in their life. And like with the mysterious mother here, I'm getting like they're trying to heal they're trying to regenerate themselves and come back stronger. They're trying to learn the lessons that they were forced to kind of learn by like trial through fire. And like I feel like they hit rock bottom. So regeneration coming out is just making me feel like this person is saying like, I am trying to like work on this. And I do hope there's an opportunity to regenerate the connection. I don't know if that's annoying for you guys, but that is kind of coming through. It's like this person is focused on regeneration and focused on like regaining their stance, and they're hoping to come back stronger and wiser. We have co-create. Again, they're really hoping to manifest an opportunity with you or to collaborate with you. With co-create, 100%. This person would want to tell you that they're working on manifesting a way to bring justice to the connection with you. Whatever that means. Yeah, to the sea. So yeah, what I'm really seeing is that, because with to the sea here, this card can talk about how, like almost wanting the universe, or it talks about being in flow with the opportunities of the universe, and kind of the universe telling you times when it's time to transition. And it kind of reminds me of the Six of Swords a little bit, but it's almost like with a more positive twist, I would say. It's almost like sometimes it's time to move forward and move towards certain opportunities. And when this is in reverse, it talks about how it's not the time to force something or push something forward, because it talks about how when a fisherman has like a broken boat, you need to stay in the port and like repair the boat and then go to sea. So then go into the movement. So they'd want to tell you that they're manifesting an opportunity to move towards you or transition away from rocky waters. Right now they're trying to repair themselves, but it's like on their mind that they want to manifest. And I also think I saw Yang at one point at the bottom. But it's like, and with Observer at the back of the deck, I feel like this person is trying to maybe observe you from afar, look at things from a higher perspective. they'd want to tell you that they have been doing that, and they are motivated to want to manifest movement in this connection, and they're trying to like become a better person. I'm seeing like that message card that says like, I'm trying to become a better person. Yeah, okay, so let's get some actual messages from this person now. All right, what would pile number one's person want to say? What would they say? Pile number one's person. I daydream about a life with you. Yep. It's like that manifestation energy. I am waiting patiently. Yeah. So it's like they're regenerating. They're trying to wait for the opportunity. And that's that someone soon card too. It's like there's this essence of like not having given up or wanting to, and that's that to the sea. And with co-create, it's like they're waiting for the universe to give them an opening. So yeah, it's like manifestation. There's just such a strong vibe that this person is manifesting you. I don't know what comes next, but I'm just trying to stay open. Like that's what they want to say. I don't know what's going to come next. Like I am in a space where I am trying to regenerate, but I am hoping that the universe will work with me to bring justice to this connection. I know we have a soul connection. They're having a better understanding of what went down. They're understanding you better. Do I still have a chance? Yep. Yeah, so strong emphasis coming through on this person really wanting to know like if there is an opportunity for reconciliation or trying to like restart this or rebuild it. Okay, one last message. What would pile number one's person want to say? I still have feelings for you. Yeah. And then I wonder how you feel at the back of the deck. So yeah, let's see what we're going to go into for the extended. I keep hearing that you were right. I can't get... What should we go into for the extended reading for pile number one? We have Temperance in reverse. We have the Sun. Four of Pentacles in reverse, Five of Wands in reverse, Queen of Wands. Okay. So I feel like what Spirit wants me to go into, Two of Wands also, is what's going to happen next in this connection and guidance on how to respond to it. Because I feel like you are about to be in a receptive position where I do feel like this person may reach out to you in the near future, I would say. And so Spirit's almost like with the Queen of Wands being here, it's like there's question. I feel like you may need guidance on how to move forward with the Two of Wands and how boundaried should you be. You know, there's a feeling here of not wanting to be knocked out of your balanced state right now. But there is clarity coming in. And so Spirit just wants to give you a heads up on what may be coming in the future and guidance from your spirit guides on what is in your highest good to how to respond to it or what energy is going to be most beneficial for you to be in. So if this has been resonating, you want to check it out, I'll have it linked down below. But that is what I have for this reading. Thank you so much for being here. If it resonated, it really means a lot to like the video. It supports my channel. If you do have time, I love to read your guys' comments and see how it resonated, any feedback you guys have. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next Pick a Card reading. And I hope to connect with you again sometime soon. Hello, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. This reading is going to be about what your person would want to say to you, what they haven't said to you, what clarity you weren't able to get from this person. Yeah, so it's kind of a look into what they would say, being completely honest and not withholding anything. So I did actually just start your pile. I am going to start with an energy check-in to see what the situation was from your perspective on this relationship and this person to help you know whether or not this is your pile. I did just complete that part and I realized I wasn't filming. So I am going to redo it just out of curiosity, see what comes through. But I do already have an idea, but we'll see how that aligns with what comes through here. So can you please walk us through pile number 2's perspective on this connection as an energy check-in? How will they know that this is their pile? And this also is a good way to figure out who it is and if it's someone you do want to receive a message from. All right, from pile number 2's perspective, literally the 5 of Wands is the same card that came out first. So that's wild. I'm wondering if I might just pull 3 cards, but that's very interesting. I'm going to freak out if the next one is the King of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. Yeah, we had the 5 of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands. I can't remember. All right, what else? What's this relationship from pile number 2's perspective? The 4 of Wands. Okay, and what additional insight I'm getting, this could have been someone you were in a serious relationship with, or someone that you saw as like husband, wife material. There may have been some shared foundation, but I am getting that there was a lot of either arguments or just not seeing the same perspective. And I was getting to kind of stubborn people. So not to call you out, but I was feeling a sense of like, it was hard to move forward in this connection or come up with a plan that suited both people because there was a feeling of defensive communication sabotaging the connection a bit, but also feeling a similarity between you two. Yeah, we have the 7 of Swords. I feel like the kind of combative energy, we have the Page of Swords here as well. Like almost the combative energy, I feel like may have caused one or both of you, or especially this person, to kind of withhold information or be more secretive. I feel like you maybe were always trying to figure out like if this person was holding a secret from you. There was just like a lack of trust in this relationship and a feeling of, I don't know, like almost trying to call the other person out. We have the High Priestess here as well, and then the Hermit at the back of the deck. So what was coming through before was this feeling of it was hard to, oh, this could have even been like a secret relationship or something. Maybe this person had, okay, this is like getting kind of intense, but for some of you, this could have been a situation where there were fights over secrets in the connection, and you may have found something out about this person's like marital status or something about their family. There may have just been secrets in this connection and a lack of clear communication. I feel like this person may have been very focused on themselves, or you may have viewed them as selfish or always protecting their future over maybe the connection or the foundation. So you may have viewed this person as selfish and stubborn at times, but there also was a love there. But there's a feeling that, yeah, you may have learned some kind of information that was secret, or you may have found something out through your intuition. Either you had an intuition that this person, I don't know, it's like that they weren't faithful. Maybe there was competition with the 5 of Wands. Maybe this person put you in competition. Maybe you saw them as a very like stable person, someone that you wanted to like build a future with, but it was almost like you may have felt like they were unsure about you, or maybe they were juggling you with someone else or something else. It feels like a situation like that, but there definitely was conflict or competition. There may have been secrets. There's just defensiveness and a feeling of strategy here. Like it's almost like you felt like you had to strategize with this person because of a lack of clear communication and a lack of trust here. Yeah. You may have had to turn your energy towards yourself to like find a sense of balance. Yeah, so I'm very curious. I am getting that this would have been a more difficult relationship for sure. Yeah, it's like you never knew where you stood maybe, or you maybe didn't feel like a priority to this person. And you may have felt unheard as well. Unheard, unconsidered. And because there was that lack of like needs being fulfilled, you may have also, either there was actual secrets, or you may have just like got the feeling that this person like wasn't honest, or yeah, this just felt like an unsupportive situation. That may have been something you went in a loop with. Yeah, lack of trust is the main thing, I would say, is what I'm feeling. So if that doesn't sound like your connection, definitely don't force it to fit. You might want to check out another pile, but I am getting a sort of, there's like a tainted energy on this. Like you felt like you could only trust yourself. Like, yeah, there's just a feeling of only being able to trust like your intuition and what you felt, and always having to, I don't know, like be on guard. There was just this guarded energy coming through, especially with especially with the first energy check-in I did. Yeah. And so I'm just getting that for sure there was a sense of conflict, misaligned interests, or competition here. All right, so let me tap in. What would this person, pile number 2's person, and they may have been a King of Pentacles figure. So they may have been very stable, like stubborn. They may have had Taurus in their chart. They may have had Capricorn, Virgo. It was very fixed energy, though. It's like there was fixed energy here. Okay. So for pile number 2's person, what would they say? We have the Ace of Swords, the Nine of Cups. Okay, this might be annoying, honestly. So, but what I am hearing is the first thing is I have clarity now on what I want. So if you really felt like in the past this person was like very back and forth, the Two of Swords came out in the first energy check-in, very back and forth on what this person wanted. But there's a selfishness, and I am getting that. It's almost like this person would want to come through and be like, I have clarity now on what I want, what I truly want. We have the Eight of Pentacles. I've been working on myself. I've been dedicating a lot of my time to my work and building up my skills. I've been trying to like focus on myself and better myself. I know what I want to work on as well, is what I'm hearing, is like, I know what work I have to do to be happy. And in the past, it's like a feeling that they didn't put the work in, or they were lazy, or like they may have taken you for granted. They may have taken you for granted by not fully recognizing that they wanted to work on the relationship with you. They may have just made you feel unimportant, or like you didn't really know if you were what they wanted. And so they're coming through saying, I have done a lot of reflection. I have figured out like what was chaotic in my energy. I've taken time to myself where I've done a lot of self-reflection, and I have sorted through to find mental clarity about how I want to move forward and what I actually want. What else? Okay, we have the Eight of Swords. Yeah. What they'd want to say is they're no longer feeling like a victim, or they would almost say that it's like they're recognizing that a blockage to them realizing what they really wanted and moving towards it in a taking charge, almost, is what I want to say. It's like they weren't championing the connection with you, or they weren't sure of what they wanted, and they almost felt like stuck. With the Eight of Crystals, they would say that they felt really stuck, and like that it was like blocking their vision. They may have had a lot of other voices around them, and it's like they're saying they've spent time to isolate themselves from other voices and others' concerns to really focus on themselves and what it is that they truly want, so they can prioritize that and focus on it. What else would pile number 2's person want to say? Yeah, we have the Eight of Cups. And then the Hierophant. Okay. So what I'm feeling is this person would say that they've walked away from situations or people that were blocking them from truly focusing their energy on things that really aligned with themselves and like their true inner heart desires. What they're saying is in the past, they put their energy towards things that really didn't make them happy. It's kind of similar to pile number 1, but maybe different. what they're saying is they maybe blame the circumstances. They're saying they did blame the circumstances, and they may have not taken responsibility for their role in the relationship with you and the way that it turned out. They may have also felt like they didn't recognize that you were a wish fulfillment, or that you could have made them really happy because they were listening to the voice of others, or they were investing in things that didn't, they were maybe working towards things that really didn't make them happy. And so what they're saying is a huge part of, they maybe were non-committal towards you as well. Yeah. And that's what I'm picking up on, is there may have been fights around like you wanting this person to prioritize you and like be fully committed and not have their attention in different directions, because that may have made you feel like they weren't sure about you. But what they're saying is they've been tuning into their inner self. They've been spending time reflecting, and they've learned that they need to move away from putting energy and time and effort into situations that they know won't bring them happiness. And they're realizing that they were never stuck, and they may have in the past like rationalized sabotaging the connection with you because they may have like blamed it on other external situations or people. But like the whole time, maybe like, and your argument might have been, I don't get why you can't just make your decision. Or like, if you do say that you really care about me, like, why are you still putting energy in these other things? Or, and then this person maybe was like, well, I can't. But the truth was this person could always have made their own decisions. And so they're having crystal clear clarity on that and like what they want to put their energy into. And with the Hierophant here, there's an energy of them understanding the importance of commitment. That may have just been a huge issue with you guys, or there may have just been a feeling of them not respecting commitment and what comes with commitment in any form. So I feel like what makes commitment important in a relationship is that you're committing to a certain set of like almost rules or values or morals and a guideline for how the relationship's going to go in order to avoid conflict, disappointment, and betrayal. And so I'm feeling that this person maybe was afraid to like actually commit to those guidelines and commit fully, because it's like they still had, and I'm seeing like these different like spirals connecting to other places. It's like they weren't centered on fully committing, and they maybe, as a way of maybe they were afraid of that, afraid of closing down their options and committing to one thing. And so they may have just like avoided that and maybe made it sound like they couldn't commit, or there was other reasons why they couldn't. But it's like they're realizing that it really comes down to the foundation of, it's like the reason why we do commit to situations and people is because we feel in our heart that that's what we truly want, and like think about getting married to someone. It's like that is a commitment, and it's like you're making that commitment because you've decided that person is a 9 of cups for you, because you want that 10 of cups with them. And so I think what this person didn't recognize, and I think this person may have been non-committal in the past, because sometimes when we have a more avoidant energy, or if there is an avoidant energy, it can be because we have some kind of trauma around being forced to do things we didn't want to do, or being involved in things that we didn't really want. And so I think this person has a trigger around commitment because it's almost like a part of them feels like they're afraid that they're going to be trapped in that situation. And they almost sometimes had a hard time seeing that you're not trapped, or you're not a victim in commitment, especially if that commitment is actually what you want. And they're kind of realizing that the value of commitment, and the fact that they don't have to see it as this scary thing, or they don't have to see it as something that is going to trap them or use them. Or this person may have had enmeshment trauma, so it's like now, even when this person is happy with something or does really want something, they're still non-committal towards it because they have that natural response of just being afraid that. And so then sometimes people can be afraid, like, well, I don't really know if this is what I want, and it's not that they don't know it's what they want. It's more like they're afraid of committing, and then they're like, well, what if I change my mind? Or what if the reason why I think I want this isn't real? And so it's kind of this overthinking energy here. And so this person, I think in the past, had a really hard time feeling sure about their feelings and feeling sure about the way that they wanted to move forward. And it's like this person may have been defensive to sharing their like energy and love and success with someone else. But I think this person is realizing through spending time alone and and kind of recognizing that like they're not a victim, like they still have their free will, and they can walk. I'm hearing it's best for you, you can walk away at any time, like you can say no at any time. And I think it's something that really blocked this person from committing or just being sure. And so they'd want to talk about that. They'd want to talk about how they had issues with going for what they wanted, because they never felt like they could trust it. And so what they're realizing though is that because they weren't listening to what they really wanted, they ended up having, like, I'm seeing someone with like tentacles and like partially committed to multiple things. And it's almost like a defense mechanism to avoid feeling trapped or like you picked the wrong option. But what that really did was it meant that this person had investments with this Eight of Cups, like had all these different investments, but it wasn't truly what they wanted. And they're recognizing that is what I feel. And they would want to say they spent time, and the more that they were able to just isolate their own perspective on something, the more they're able to like trust themselves. And it's like they're saying that they maybe have learned, gotten more in touch with themselves with the Four of Crystals, that they've learned that they can always, I don't know, it's like maybe in the past they didn't take very much time to get clarity, or like they didn't trust the clarity they would get. But I feel like this person has really learned lessons on cutting out the noise and recognizing that just because people have certain opinions or there are certain options around you, you still always have like the free will to choose what it is you want. And if you're afraid to do that, you may start like gaslighting yourself into thinking that you are being forced into something or that you don't really want it. So I just think this person had issues with that. And that may have been a huge like contention point for you guys as well. All right, let's see. What else would pile number two's person want to say? I saw the yin energy, so it may have been that they had a hard time like slowing down and being in the meditation energy, like being in a receptive energy where they can kind of just let signs and truths come to them. I'm just hearing that this person, because they may have been go, 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 or they may have not taken that time, they may have always jumped to conclusions as well. So it was like they're blocked off from their intuition. We have unfinished symphony. What pile number two want to say? We have clean it up. Yeah. So, and I'm even hearing like, this doesn't have to be for everyone, but there could have been like this person maybe had a lot of unfinished business with other people and situations. And it may have been like that they really needed to walk away from certain situations, and it just may have created a lot of excess ties that would get in the way of like a new beginning. So if you felt like when you met this person, they couldn't fully commit to you because they still had ties to other situations and people, even if they weren't even committed to those, they're saying that they've really been working on, with the Eight of Cups here, cutting ties with situations that maybe they needed to a long time ago. Freeing themselves from that so they can actually get more in tune with what it is that they want. This person's admitting that they had like messy business, messy relationships, and I don't know, it may have always been like a suspicion of yours too, like a feeling of, I feel like this person still talks to their ex, or like still maybe wants someone else, or is like keeping their, I don't know, like something like that, where this person had leftover energy, loose ends that they needed to tie. But they maybe didn't want to tie them because maybe that was like a safety net for them, or something that would somehow keep them from committing, especially if committing was like a fear for them. Yeah, we have deep knowing. And I saw this and I really felt like this was going to come out because as I was shuffling, because what this person is realizing is they don't need to keep all these loose ends. And they don't need to keep their options open, and they don't need to keep one foot in the door, one foot out in several situations when you are really tuned in with your intuition, because it's like this person was missing this deep knowing where it's like you just know what the right path is, and you can trust that sense of intuition and wisdom that you're getting from your feelings. And I think this person felt very cut off with the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Cups. It's like, and this person's meditating in the Nine of Cups too. It's like this person felt, if anything, and I like how they're like surrounded in a kind of similar way. by different like flowers here, but it's almost like this person, I don't know, it's like they'd have one voice here, one voice here, one voice, and it's like it would get in the way of what they really thought. And so what this person is saying is that they've taken time to work that muscle of realizing what it is that they truly want. What else from pile number 2? Okay, we have between worlds and regeneration. Yeah, and so what's really interesting is this is definitely what I'm picking up here is in co-create. Yeah, that has significance as well. But yeah, with this between worlds, like I was literally just saying 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out the door. This person for a really long time had a fear of truly transitioning and moving from one stage to another stage, even if this like next door that they wanted to walk in, even if the relationship with you was this like multicolored place, it's like they still kept remnants of this black and white world that was a part of their former selves. And it's like this person had an issue with maybe changing or just like fully letting go, and like committing to a new self, committing to a new beginning, a new transition state with someone new. It's like they had an issue doing that. And so I'm seeing with regeneration here, it's like this person saying that because they would never like fully let go, or they would still, they had loose ends essentially. It made it really hard to like regenerate, because I'm seeing that this person has needed to end certain situations or walk away from things that were unfulfilling. And it's like, I'm even getting the essence of like a hoarder energy, like, and but it's just coming through as an example. Like, for example, if you keep all of your old clothes because you don't want to fully commit to like a new wardrobe or a new style, but you don't even like those clothes anymore, it's almost just because you're like afraid of committing to a new style, even though that better style suits you more. But it's like you need to clean out your other clothes and just kind of let go of that so you can regenerate your closet. It's like that. And so they would stay in this in-between state for so much longer than they needed to, because they would block off this regeneration and this process of death and rebirth and change, committing to that rebirth. This person would really, they're trying to explain that that was something that kept them in this transitional state and probably hurt you or made you feel unimportant or not worthy or not enough, you know? And I'm not necessarily getting an apology. It's more like them admitting that they do know now what went wrong, and they're just wanting to communicate to you about what they've understood about commitment and like how this has maybe blocked them from, yeah, look at this. And I'm even seeing, oh my gosh, yes, it's so interesting when it comes out this way. Literally the high priestess underneath too, the hermit. Oh my gosh, it keeps going. So I'm just seeing literally from the hermit to the high priestess, this person has been spending time working on feeling more confident on their intuition and what their heart is telling them. Because in the past, they would really, this is that hoarder energy, really cling on to things, and they were blocked off at the heart. They didn't know what they wanted because they were too afraid to make space for what they really wanted and to commit to a new path. And it's like because they were holding on so tightly to that. And I'm seeing that that blocked them from having clarity and truth and understanding around what makes them happy, so they can move towards it. With the Knight of Cups, this is about moving towards like your emotions and what your dreams are and what your intuition's telling you and how you feel about something, so you can commit to it. It's like this person just had a I'm seeing like a cog in the wheel. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but oh, you know what I'm seeing is like in Finding Nemo, when the pebble, they throw the pebble into that, and so then it stops the flow, and then like everything gets really dirty in the tank, like that. Like, and I think it's like this person has their filter on finally, where it's like things can be recycled in and out. You know, like we're cleansing energy that is no longer serving us. This person had a blockage in doing that, and it caused them to not be fully open to new energy or act truly building something and fully committing to it, because they had their energy spread out basically. Okay, let's get some messages now from your person, and then we'll go into the extended reading. I will be pulling some tarot to see what spirit feels is most important to go into. I was just thinking about like with the unfinished symphony, it's like I'm trying to give more analogies, but I feel like you guys get the point already. But I just am trying to think of times in my life where it's almost like you're holding on to something, I don't know, out of familiarity, but it's not really what you want. And I think this person got stuck in that a lot. Okay. And with co-create here, oh my gosh, this is and happy underneath. I really feel, and then building, yes. It's like this person would get tripped up with this person would get tripped up in the process of co-creation, co-creating things that actually make them happy, because I just feel like they kept sabotaging the foundation, and they maybe like weren't willing to be consistent, or this person like maybe like had a really hard time trusting in the universe and trusting that if they keep putting effort into something, it's going to pay out, and to trust what's making them happy. This person just had a hard time with that, causing them, I think, to fall for more situations that were like with all that glitters, falling for more masks, and maybe people that like superficial things, that don't require as much commitment. All right, let's get into this though. What messages does pile number 2's person have for pile number 2? I wish we could go back. So there's like regret there. I can't reach out. I want to tell you so much. It's like, okay, I'm holding back from reaching out. I know I messed up everything. That was flipped over as well. So yeah, this person has a lot of regrets and is seeing where they sabotage the connection with you. This person is holding back from reaching out. It says, I don't know how to feel. I wonder how you feel as well. At the back of the deck, I have too much to lose, which I feel like has been a central energy of this person. So I am getting this energy where it's like, yes, this person is aware of what they did to the connection. They do wish that they could go back in time, but there's almost this feeling that they're like not fully ready to take accountability or like apologize, and that could be a sense of stubbornness or ego. And it may even be that like they fear rejection, and so there could be this feeling of like, I don't know how to feel until I know how you feel, and I don't want to reach out until I know that I'll be well received. Because there is a stubbornness here. I hope we'll see you again sometime soon. So I am seeing like I just feel like there is a layer of pride here still, even though they see the truth. This person does know how they feel, but I think that they may feel a sense of shame or a sense of well, I don't want to like reach out, and then this person like just chew me out or like make me feel worse about it. So maybe I'll just keep my pride in a way. All right. For some of you, maybe like slightly different. The fact is, they do want to talk to you though. They do want to tell you stuff, but it's just this feeling of, I don't know how to feel given the fact that I don't know how you feel, So it's kind of like that dependent energy too. Like, all right, what should we go into for the extended reading? The King of Pentacles in reverse, the Eight of Cups in reverse. We have the Sun. Spirit wants me to bring clarity to whether or not this person is actually changing, I think. Two of Wands. Yeah, how will they move? There's always like a question of how will they move forward. Okay, so the Hermit. So Spirit wants me to go into, hang on, there's something popping up. I just want to make sure it's still filming. So yeah, Spirit is saying bringing clarity to, it's like there's just this feeling of like hoarding. It's like this person was hoarding and wasn't listening to their heart and moving away. So I'm going to look at, is is this person actually cutting ties with what made them more toxic for you? I'm going to shine light on whether or not this person is truly making that decision to change. And then we're going to get advice for you on how to best move forward, and advice on whether or not like this is something that would just get you trapped again, or whether or not there's actual potential for this. We're going to look at the truth of this person's like energy, and it's one thing to kind of realize what went wrong, but it's another to actually make those changes and make the right decision moving forward. So we're going to look and see if this person is going to do that, or based on their current energy, like what's like honestly true about this person, because this is what they would say. I want to know what they'll do in regards to what they're realizing. So I'll have that link down below if you feel like this really resonated. But for the YouTube reading, that is what I have. I do really appreciate you guys have the time to hit the like button. It really supports my channel. I do love to read your guys' comments as well to get feedback, and just to see what you guys think. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next pick a card reading. And I hope to connect with you again sometime soon. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. We're going to be looking at what the person on your mind would want to say to you, or what they haven't yet said to you. It can be a little bit channeled from their higher self, so just keep that in mind, because oftentimes the people, if you're really curious about this kind of reading, it tends to be the case that this person in the 3D isn't the best at expressing themselves or communicating everything. So hopefully we can fill in some of the gaps. So we're going to start off with a energy check-in, where we're going to look at how you view this situation and this person, just to help you figure out whether or not you picked the right pile. It should be about like 5 minutes. So if it does resonate, then that's perfect. But if not, you might want to check out the energy check-in for another pile. All right, so for pile number 3, what has their experience been in regards to the person who we're going to get a message from? How do they feel about them? How do they view them in the situation? All right, 5 of Swords. We have the Empress. We have the Knight of Cups, the Sun. Can we clarify the 5 of Swords? Knight of Wands. And the High Priestess. Okay. And the Emperor at the back of the deck. Okay, I feel like there could have been some kind of action taken here where either you or this person is feeling very defeated at the moment with the 5 of Swords. There could be a lot of self-limiting beliefs on this person's side. Yeah, I am getting that it's on their side. I feel like, with the 5 of Swords here, there's just a feeling that maybe you think this person gets in their head a lot. You may feel like they're not their best selves right now. And it's almost like with the Empress and the High Priestess, I feel like you maybe have recently stepped more into your power through self-love and having more boundaries, I feel like. With the Magician and the Emperor, it's like there's a feeling here that it's almost like the more you've stepped into your divine feminine energy, it's almost like you also stepped into your masculine energy. And so it's almost like the more you step into your masculine energy, because I feel like you guys naturally have a very strong intuition, and it feels like it's almost like you see this person more clearly now, is what I'm getting. It's like you may have at first seen this person in a really, really high light or put them on a pedestal a little bit, but it's almost like you now see their actions more clearly, and you can see how their actions came from a place of shadow and like self-doubt and ego. And so, I just feel like you see this person more clearly now with the Sun. You feel like this is someone who has feelings for you, but maybe sabotages the connection because of their self-doubts, or not even their self-doubts, but it could even just be like the way that they interact with relationships. They may have like a hard time trusting people, or yeah, and so it's like this person maybe has taken some um maybe has done things that have been confusing, or it's like I feel like they've taken spontaneous action or impulsive action. And it's like you may have seen them as this emperor person, but there's a feeling that, because we have the emperor and the empress here too, there's a feeling of you understanding this person better over time, and it's almost like you're able to put this person's actions towards you in better perspective. I feel like you have some kind of insight into knowing that this person has feelings for you, but also knowing that they have difficulty expressing that and difficulty trusting people. And because of that, it may lead to sporadic action that is not consistent, is what I'm getting. So if that sounds like your person, then this is your pile, but we're going to see what they would say to you. What would pile number 3's person say to pile number 3? What would they communicate if they were being completely honest? The Ten of Swords, the Three of Wands, I'm hearing Billie Eilish, the song that says, you better hurry, I'm leaving soon. It's kind of a sad song. Like say some, like it's almost like say something, I'm giving up on you, but it's like Billie Eilish's song. You guys know that. We have Queen of Cups. Yeah, I'm just hearing that song. You better hurry, I'm leaving soon. So it's kind of melancholy, I feel like, the vibe. Five of Cups, as I say that, yeah. The Nine of Cups in reverse, and then the Hierophant popping out in reverse with the Emperor. Okay, what would your person say? I feel like they would say that there's a feeling here of them acknowledging, with the Queen of Cups, your heart. It's like this person want to tell you that they have a lot of grief and they have a lot of regrets when it comes to this relationship with you. There's a feeling of things didn't work out the way that they wanted. It's like they're saying this isn't how I wanted things to end up. And I think that, yeah, there's kind of a self-deprecated energy here, or like a feeling of hopelessness. But yeah, it's like this person is maybe talking about some kind of difficult ending that you guys may have had, or some betrayal, or something that happened that maybe broke you guys apart. Yeah, and with the Hierophant in reverse, oh my gosh, and the Five of Pentacles, yeah, Four of Cups. It's like this person, what they'd want to say, I'm just kind of piecing together the story, but there's a feeling that it's like to the Four of Five of Cups. It's like this person, I feel like, acted in a way that they regret, or they acted in a way that ended up in a scenario that was not what they wanted. So there's almost this energy of like poor planning that they're admitting to, or this feeling of like, this isn't how I wanted things to go. With the Three of Wands, or I don't know if like you've been waiting for this person. I might clarify. I'm actually going to clarify some of these. So why is the Three of Wands here? What are they saying with the Three of Wands? We have the High Priestess, the Two of Cups, and then the Sun also coming out. Okay, what this person would say is, it's like they feel really bad, the fact that they disappointed you. And it's like they feel like you want some clarity for them. It's like they're acknowledging that you may have been waiting for them. I feel like it's you that's waiting. And it's like there's just this feeling of them saying, and this may be from their higher self, but maybe their lower self knows as well, but there's just a feeling that they feel bad that they've kept you in the dark. They're saying that they know that you've been waiting for like news on this person, or for this person to shed light on where this relationship stands. And it's like there's this energy of like feeling ashamed or feeling bad about the fact that they haven't fulfilled your wishes, or they haven't made you happy, is what I'm getting. I'm going to see, why is the Hierophant here in reverse? The Hanged Man. I feel like there's a message here saying that I feel like this person is saying that they do see the situation in a new light and from a different perspective. And they do think about the situation a lot from your perspective, but there is a feeling here that it's almost like they want you to, it's like they almost want to tell you that they aren't able to give you what you want, which is kind of sad, but I am feeling that. It's like as of right now, they want to tell you that but they know you deserve it, but they can't give you what you want. They can't give you the commitment that you would want. And they know you deserve a message. They know that you deserve clarity and happiness. Like this person does think highly of you, and especially like your emotions. But there's just this sense of unavailability on their end, yeah. And it's like you may still have hope in regards to a commitment with this person, with the Ten of Pentacles being at the back of the deck here. But it's almost like this person is, and this may be their higher self, but it's like they're encouraging you to see this from a different perspective as well. Because, yeah. All right, why is the Five of Cups here? Five of Cups here. It's like they're acknowledging the pain they've caused you too. The King of Pentacles. I think that there's also, yeah, I think it's really just coming through that it's like they feel the melancholy of this connection. Yeah, it's like you're waiting for them to give to you or reciprocate. There's just a feeling of imbalance, or they know that they've let you down. They know that they've made you feel betrayed, and they know that you had high hopes and they didn't follow through on them. And they know that you maybe still want to wait for them, and that you still want to get clarity, and you still want more, but there's just this feeling of like, and I don't know exactly why though. I'm going to ask why it is that they feel like they can't like move forward or something. Yeah. Why is it the case, Spirit? We have Justice in reverse. Yeah, it's almost coming through as well. Like it's like from this person's higher self in regards to talking about their lower self and what they should say. It's almost like that there's a sense that this person isn't capable right now of giving you justice and balance. It's like, I don't think this person, and like I know this might be a tougher reading, so I do apologize if this isn't exactly what you want to hear, but from their higher self, like their higher self acknowledges what happened, but I just almost feel like this person is shut down right now to meeting any of your needs. And it's like there's just this feeling of they don't have in them what it would take to bring justice to you. And so it's almost like the universe saying like this person will just have to get their own kind of karma for what happened here, especially if they hurt you. There's just a feeling that you may be waiting for good news or waiting for a secret to be revealed, but there's just this feeling of, truthfully, what this person would tell you is they feel ashamed of it, but they don't really have, maybe they aren't really what you wanted, is like almost what they'd want to say. They'd want to say, I'm kind of getting like the Wizard of Oz like when all of them travel to see the Wizard of Oz, and it's like at the end of the day he didn't really have what they came for. And it's obviously a huge disappointment because there was such a commitment and so much care, like so much emotional investment, I feel like, on your end. But at the end of the day, it's like this person isn't the one that's meant to meet your needs because they've shown that they can't, and like they're they'd want to tell you that they're not really near being able to do that. And so if you're waiting, you may end up being disappointed because you may not, it may be better for you to see this from a different perspective than to kind of be in that chariot energy where you're like trying to still move forward when there isn't balance. Like there's a feeling of, if you try to chariot this situation, like send it, there's just this feeling of, one big part of the chariot is that it moves in a way that I just wanted to make sure that I'm recording. Okay, it's been a little bit off. Sorry about that. They'd want to say that what I was going to say with the chariot is like the original depiction of the chariot is like it's essentially about being able to maintain balance through hardships, but sometimes our willpower alone isn't enough. So it's like the chariot represents almost our willpower and our ability to have victory and use our own willpower to overcome any obstacles. And I think you guys are very loyal and dedicated. Even if you don't always admit your feelings for this person, I feel like you still are committed in a way. But there's almost this feeling that it's not, it's in vain. I don't know if vain is the right word, but it's not serving you, or it's not going to be reciprocated, is what this person wants to tell you. And it's not that is something that makes them happy. It's just like this person's nature. Yeah. So they'd want to tell you that like your heart deserves something better. And like this, it may be important to get a new perspective on this person. If they were being completely honest, they'd have to tell you that they don't really have it in them to meet this wish fulfillment for you, you know? Yeah. Okay. I just want to see. I don't have my thing where I can see the timing, but I'm trying to see. I want to see if I want to dig more into this or if I want to go into oracle cards. Let's see. They would say that like you deserve commitment. You deserve there's kind of an energy here also of like this person did want you as well. They tell you that they do have love for you and like have attraction for you. It's almost one of those situations where they can't match your energy, and it's almost like they'd want to tell you that like they aren't really who that you may have thought they were, and they may have enjoyed the fact that you maybe put them on a pedestal, and they may have been gratified by that, and that may be their karma, that like they may have led you on, or not thought of you when they were interacting with you. And yeah, they may have led you on in some capacity and then hurt you. And it's like they'd want to tell you that it was never that you weren't worthy. It was never that, yeah, it wasn't that the case of that. It was more that this person the whole time never felt really good enough, or never really felt like an equal to you, you know? And in whatever way this person processed that, like they may have ended up hurting you, but at the end of the day, the true reason underneath it was that they didn't really think they could follow through, you know? And so it sucks so much, like when people promise more or give us the impression that there's someone more able, like more legit in a way, like kind of like Wizard of Oz. It's like the Oz is like promised to be this person. It's like when he's actually asked to like follow through, it's like he doesn't actually have the ability. But it's not because he like wanted to harm them. It's more like his ego is hurting people because he's not being like super authentic. And so I feel like this person's almost admitting to the fact that it was unfair. The situation was unfair, and it is on them. Yeah. And it's almost like this energy here too, like you may have seen this person as like the complete package, or like the emperor, which would be all of the kings put together. But at the end of the day, I don't think this person has actually mastered like themselves. I don't think they're super balanced as a person. And it's like what they'd want to also say is that they feel it's like they know what you want, and it's like they know more than you think. I'm kind of getting that message here. It's like this person's more aware than you realize, I think. It's just that they recognize that they don't, it's almost sad because it's like I almost want to say like they don't gain anything from moving forward and communicating with you, because what would happen is basically like it's like they don't want to communicate anything, or it's like they're keeping things secret, or like they're not really opening up to you or shedding a lot of light, because the more light they shed, the more obvious it becomes like who they were and like who they are, and the disappointment that you would feel. They have so much guilt around the disappointment that you feel about them, and it hurts their self-esteem. And I do think it's selfish, I am going to say that. But this is the truth of it, is that, and then it's almost like they'd rather give you the impression that maybe you weren't good enough. Like this is like their like human self, like their ego. Like they maybe are more comfortable in like keeping things ambiguous than like just taking accountability and just saying like, hey, like I don't think this is gonna work out, like, or just being honest about their feelings. They're just like not being honest is how I feel. They're like kind of keeping their feelings as a secret because they feel like they don't stand to gain anything. It's like it's not going to be what you want. It's almost like this self-defeated attitude that I am getting from this person. It's like this energy of like, I know you want something, like I know you want this to be like a wish fulfillment, and you want this to be like a beautiful relationship, and you want there to be commitment and like beauty. And like with the Hierophant, it's like Taurus energy. Like you may have even wanted to like have a future with this person, but there's just this feeling of like, oh, and I'm also it's almost like I feel like the guidance here maybe would be to like try to have a new perspective about this person in case your perspective is not the full picture. But I am hearing more from them. Like what they'd want to say is like, I'm afraid to move towards you and reveal anything, because I feel like then you're going to see the truth of me. You're going to see me in a different light then. And it's like this person feels like the best case scenario. Yeah, they're afraid of like themselves being revealed. And so it's almost like they hold up this facade of like ambiguity, or like distance or avoidance, because they don't really want that moment where there's like accountability, because they genuinely think you're not going to want them once you see the truth, or once you see that they're not as good as you thought they were. And this is like something that I feel like is in regards to them that they deal with, because a lot of times and you may even feel like you saw this person's flaws yet you still cared for them, but it's like it's one of those self-esteem things where this person maybe wasn't ready to receive love, or wasn't ready to be adored, isn't comfortable with receiving like that. And so it may have triggered this person, to a point where they had to distance themselves because they didn't feel like they could match your energy. And it's like almost like this, and I feel like what this person does not have as much of is like the King of Cups energy. Like I feel like this person isn't that emotionally in touch with themselves, or isn't that aware in the way that you are. And so they almost feel like they can't be your counterpart. Like they don't know if they're on your like level. And it's almost like this secret though. It's like it's weird because it's like they care about you. They care about what you think about them. And so that's like a big motivation for why they are holding back or not getting closure, or yeah. So like what they'd want to say is they know that the way this situation ended was not fair. They actually feel a lot of grief over the situation, but they also feel like they can't move forward, or like they would want to say that they don't feel like they can give you what you want, and they're terrified of you realizing that and pulling your energy back, because it's like they do appreciate your energy. Again, that feels like kind of selfish, but like that's what I'm getting. Yeah, and I'm just getting that it's like they don't have the strength. We've strengthened the Ace of Swords to bring clarity to this and like clarify this like illusion energy with the moon at the back of the deck. It's like they'd almost rather keep it ambiguous and in the dark. And so take that information as you will. All right. What would pile number 3's person want to say? And I'm hearing like, I'm gonna see you in a new light, like by John Mayer, but it's like not in a good way though. Like it's like almost like it's like this person's afraid of like taking the mask off, or they're afraid of the curtain dropping, like in the Wizard of Oz. So they maintain this front. It's like, and they'd also want to tell you that if they're maintaining this front of being unbothered, just know that behind in super stable, like maybe this person's acting that way, the truth is that they're very they are experiencing grief. And I'm hearing, this is not what I want. This is not what I planned. And I just have to say, something is real. This is a High School Musical, like Sharpay's part. Oh, like the status quo. Yeah, it's almost like that. It's like, oh my gosh. And so I'm kind of hearing now, it's like, you know, in High School Musical, when, I don't know, like people can just be ashamed of who they actually are. And so I think this person has a lot of shame around like not being perfect, not always being stable. And I think this person like tries to force themselves to be always having a strong front. And so there's something about like this person maybe not being able to connect as well with people, or like being slightly more superficial, because it's like they're trying to maintain the status quo, kind of like the Wizard of Oz, like maintaining that like image that he has. But it's like, but then it blocks him from having authentic relationships, because it's like then he's always afraid of being found out. But it's like if he were to just be authentic, then he would attract someone towards him that like doesn't need him to be the Wizard of Oz. He can just be whoever he is, and like people will love him for that anyways. And there's kind of a complex like that going on here. And look how just like astute this person looks. It's like they have a rep to protect is what I'm hearing. Okay, let's get some oracle. What would they say? We have a leg up. Yeah, it's like this person is saying like they aren't going to be able to support you. I almost want to read the protection message, because I feel like it's very relevant for this. Okay, it says, hang on. So I feel like this is like what this is what spirit is like. This is what this person is not able to give you, and this is what they'd want to like explain. So it says, relationships that are healthy thrive on interdependence. It's important to recognize that you need others as much as they need you. You need to allow people to support you just as you are to be there for them. This is a time to be vulnerable, to speak up about your needs, and to ask for them to be fulfilled. Trust. You will be met with kindness and love. Don't expect others to read your mind, though. Ask and it is given. And so I feel like this person is saying like, because they don't let other people authentically help them, like they don't really like to be vulnerable. It's almost like they aren't comfortable being like that way with you. So it's like, because this person doesn't let themselves have their needs met, they're not the best at meeting other people's needs. You know, they're not really, you know, good at that. We have to the sea. Yeah. And so because of that, it's almost this energy of like, we have deep knowing as well. Yeah, one more. We have here now. So yeah, I feel like with this person, it's kind of their higher self coming through, but I do feel like they're encouraging you to look at the situation for what it is. And at least in this moment, like what they're telling you is they don't have the vulnerability to make this up to you. They're wanting you to kind of go with the flow of like where your opportunities are giving you. And so there's almost this feeling of like them almost saying like it's not going to be me. And like because of my pride, I feel like I can't admit that to you, but like that's almost the feeling that I'm getting, is like, don't force it. There's almost guidance from spirit, but it is what they're saying as well. It's like there is a feeling of like at the end of the day, because they're protecting their ego, it's almost like the best thing you can do is kind of move to where you do have opportunities. And it's like with the here and now, there's a feeling of this person saying like, I'm not saying this is forever. I'm not saying I'm like not trying to work on it. And honestly, I feel like a big part of the reason why they're holding off on you is because they don't truly feel good about what happened between you. And I do feel like this person hopes that they can make it up to you, or they hope that they can evolve. But there's just this feeling that for right now, you know, I feel like they're encouraging you to kind of see it for what it is as of right now, you know? And it's almost this energy of like, I can't like make it up to you. And like, I know there was an imbalance, and like, I'm just kind of, my pride is keeping me from like talking about it, but and with deep knowing here, I feel like they're encouraging you to not gloss over any like red flags, or like it's almost like this person's mix of this person's higher self. This person's higher self would tell you, um you already know. There's a message coming through of like, you already know the truth of this person, and it may be that you just like want confirmation or want them to come through, but there's just this energy of like, you can trust what you've experienced and trust what conclusions you're drawing about this person. And it's like, don't keep your hopes up, because they're almost just admitting that they didn't have it in them, and they feel like embarrassed, and that's not, they don't want you to see them in that light, but that's like the truth when it's said and done, when it's actually time to show show the truth. Yeah. Okay, we're going to get some messages from them, and then we'll be going into the extended. I'll be asking Spirit whatever is most useful for you to hear. All right, so what would pile number 3's person say? It says, I won't let you down, but it's in reverse. So it's just like this energy of like, I feel like this person maybe promised this, or it's like they don't want to let you down, but there is this feeling of acknowledgement that you have been let down, you have been disappointed. But it's like this person isn't, they don't want this to be the truth, is what I'm getting, that they have let you down, but it is the truth, and they know that. It says, I need security. Yeah, there's a feeling here that it's like they don't want to let you down, but they still want their curtain around them, They need to feel in control, and like, they don't like to be vulnerable. It says, I was careless with you. Yeah, I agree. You inspire me. I'm starting to understand our connection. Yeah, and that's what I'm kind of saying is like, I do feel like they've come into recognition of what happened, and it does bring them grief, and that's why the 5 of Cups is here, is that they're actually understanding like what happened, and it's like they're not in denial. It's like they know. It says, I remember every detail of that day as well. So there could have been some significant moment that with that 10 of Swords, or there's just memories I feel like that haunt this person, and there's just this energy of like them saying that they are more aware than you realize, but they're still not really taking accountability, because there's a lot of unprocessed emotions, and emotions that are preventing them from they like don't want to be vulnerable. It's like, yes, I'm understanding our connection, but like I can't like communicate it, and there's guilt for the way that they treated you as well. So let's see what we're going to go into for the extended. What should we go into for the extended reading for pile number 3? What's most helpful for them to hear about in regards to this person? We have the 10 of Pentacles. We have the 2 of Pentacles, the Page of Swords. We have the Ace of Wands. And Strength. Okay, and the 4 of Swords. Okay, so I feel like this is going to be a guidance reading, basically, about how to best manifest this 10 of Pentacles. So I feel like for those of you that are wanting to bring more balance into your life and are trying to figure out like how to prioritize your opportunities, because you guys may be feeling, what I'm kind of getting is like, you guys may be tired of scenarios where maybe there's like a fast start, but something ends up hurting you, or it's like you want to know how to pick and choose the right people and how to manifest a better relationship. And so I'm feeling like, yeah, because with the Magician at the back of the deck, it's like, I feel like you're at this point where, yeah, look at this. In your pursuit of this Nine of Cups, like you may have been let down, not only by this person, maybe other people. And so it's almost like Spirit wants to give you guidance or like what you need to hear in regards to some kind of a wish fulfillment. Because, yeah, look at the Ten of Wands. It's like you've been carrying a lot and you're just like, when is it my turn for things to just flow easily and just for someone to reciprocate my feelings, you know, and to reciprocate the energy I'm giving them. Like I'm tired of kind of having to heal from things. And so I feel like Spirit's saying, like, what do you need to know or like what do you need to hear in regards to manifesting a balanced relationship that can actually grow for the long term is what we're going to go into. So how can you prioritize, what should you prioritize in order to manifest a more stable long-term relationship for those of you that are interested in that, or even just your goals in general? Like this doesn't even have to be in regards to love, but you may just be feeling like overall let down. And it's like, why, when I give this energy, like, does this happen? So we're going to be giving you guidance on that. So if that's interesting for you, and we'll also kind of look at like what happened in this connection a little bit, or like what you could learn from this. What are you meant to learn from this scenario in general that is going to help you with this goal that we're talking about? So let's start off with what you're meant to learn and then how guidance on how to like what we just talked about. So that's what we're going to do in the extended. It will be linked down below if you are interested and you want to hear more and this really resonated. But this is what I have for the YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. It really makes a big difference to my videos, my channel, if you can hit the like button. And if you have time to leave a comment, I do read them and I do appreciate them. So lastly, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next Pick a Card reading. And I hope to connect with you again sometime soon.